Okay, everybody, welcome back to Decorate Every Nail You Got. We are going to be painting some toenails today, so I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks about how to paint toenails and just making sure that you're kind of doing a good job. First thing that I have done here is I've done a pedicure. I've made sure to push back all of my cuticles just like I would on my normal fingernails, and you can see I do have some damage from gel polish here, but no big deal. It's on my toenails. I'm going to cover them up. And you can tell that my little feetsies are very, very dry. It's already sandal season, so I'm already wearing my sandals quite a bit. So my feet are getting really, really dry. So I'm going to make sure to moisturize these bad boys when I get done. Okay, y'all? I'm going to begin with my base coat. I'm going to be using the Maniology Gel Polish base coat. And it's my fave, so that's what I'm going to do. As I'm doing this, I'm going to be making sure not to touch the cuticles just like I would do on my fingernails. I'm going to get as close as I possibly can without touching. And sometimes that's hard to do with your toenails. So oftentimes I'll go over here and I'll kind of open this up a little bit so that I can really get as close as I can without touching my cuticles. Or any skin, I guess I should say. And I am going to cap the edge just like I normally would. It's a little bit harder on toenails to cap the edge because a lot of, there won't be a free edge on many of your toenails. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll kind of cap it and then I'll go back with my fingernail and just kind of run across it like that. That's all. That's all. And then I'll just finish these up and I will bake them for 1.5 minutes. Okay, well, it's about to be summer vacation and I decide that I want to do something a little fun. So what I'm going to end up doing is this Bundle Monster, or now called Maniology. This is a thermal polish. It's a blue glitter, but then it goes to this lighter blue color. So I do want something fun. I want something summery, and I feel like this is it. And of course, I did tell my 11-year-old daughter that I was going to allow her to stamp over my toenails. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, who knows what that's gonna look like. But until then, we are just gonna have this lovely blue color on, and I believe this is the cool color, so we'll have to see what the warm color looks like when it goes on. So let's do it, y'all. Let's do a couple, and then I will turn the video off so I can do the rest of them. Okay. So once again, I'm not going to be touching the skin. I want to get close. Oh man, look how pretty that is. It's so shiny. A tip for your toenails: if you do a very intricate design, nobody's going to see it. So it has to be a pretty bold thing if you really want your toenails to stand out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna look like a mermaid. This is so exciting. Look how pretty this is. I'm in love, I'm in love. Okay, getting close to the skin, not touching it. Gonna be capping the edges, and see right over here you can see that I missed some. It's really not a big deal if you don't want to get any closer than that because nobody's gonna see it. But if you're like me, you'll go in there and you'll scooch the skin down so that you can do the rest of it. I really like this, and I think I might have her do like a dark blue stamp on top of it maybe. I don't know, it's very pretty. Also, once again, here I am. I'm just using my fingernail, or I could use an orange wood stick or something like that to kind of go over any of those places where I need to. So I can get any polish off that I don't want on my skin. Now, another tip. I don't know, some of you might be old like me. I'm in my 40s, not as flexible as I used to be. And I know some of you aren't going to be as flexible as me, so haha. But this actually is very helpful. I stand up, and right now I have my foot on the table. So I know that's an awkward pose, but it actually kind of helps me see what I'm doing, and I don't have to lift my foot to my face, which is kind of nice. Okay, so I'm just going to finish those up. Oh, look at the shimmery shininess of it all. Okay, I'll finish those up and I'll get back with you. These will have to be cured, not baked. I'm trying to be better about that. Anyway, I will cure them for 1.5 minutes as well. Okay, so this is after the first coat. They've been cured. Man, I really like the kind of iridescent sparkle I've got going on. It is very translucent, so I am going to have to put a second coat, possibly even a third coat on, depending if I like it or not. But I do love the shimmer. I do like how shiny it's going to be. It's not quite what I was expecting, but yeah, I can live with this. And it's not going to be super warm where I'm going for vacation, but it's not going to be super cold either. So I do expect some cold, so I am going to get a little bit of the darker. So just so you can see, here's the darker version. This is what it'll be when it's cold. This is what it is when it's warm. Okay, and I know I sound like a broken record, but this is just like with your fingernails, people. You're going to have to do a second coat and sometimes a third. Hey, shaky, shaky, shaky. So yeah, we're going to do a second coat and we will also cure it and then we'll be finished with it. You know, it's so funny. I'm a math teacher, so I talk all the time about vocabulary and correct usage of terms, and in fact, I call the language of math, I call it mathanese. But anyway, I want to be very careful about my vocabulary on here, but you guys, I am not a nail tech. I don't know what I'm doing. So when I say bake it, it's because it feels like it's baking it anyway. But I do know the technical term for that one. I think it's curing anyway. And so sometimes I'm going to say bake it, sometimes I'm going to say cure it. And what I mean is stick it in the lamp, okay? Stick it in the lamp and turn that bad boy on. Oh, man, it's so pretty. It's so pretty, y'all. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. Okay, and like I said, we're going to bake this again or cure it for another 1.5 minutes. And then they'll be ready for my daughter to do some stamping. I will probably put a top coat on it for you though, okay? I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here's what the color looks like without the top coat on it. I am gonna go ahead and top coat it, even though I plan on putting a stamp on it later. That's another tip. If you're using gel polish, go ahead and put a top coat on it, and your polish is going to stay beautiful and lovely, and then when you're ready, then you can have time to go do your decorations or whatever you want. A nice bold stamp, though, is going to be what probably you want. You don't want anything with too much detail because it's going to be impossible to see it for people. And another tip that I did not take into consideration before I started was because this is actually so translucent, it would have been a lot better choice had I put a white underneath it. And then I could have put the 2 coats on top, and then people, then it would have really sparkled and shined. However, I like the way it turned out. I'm just not super big on translucent polishes. I know it's kind of with the whole jelly thing going on, it's a thing, but it's not really a thing for me, peeps. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and top coat these, get them ready for my little squishy daughter to do some stamping on them tomorrow or the next day or whenever that might be. And then they'll be good to go and finito. So let me finish these up and I will bring you back the finished product. So here are my little piggies. Now, as my final step, I will go ahead and put some cuticle oil on. I would not do this if I was stamping today, but since I'm not stamping today, I do want to make sure that my little babies are moisturized. I will also, because I care about my little tootsies, I'm going to do some lotion on my feet tonight, some very hardcore, very thick lotion, and I am going to sleep in socks because that's great for moisturizing your feet, especially in summertime when, you know, it's really dry, your feet get really dry because you expose them to so many of the elements when you're wearing sandals and things. Anyway, so here we are. Here are my cute little sparkly babies. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do hope that until we meet again, you will decorate every nail you got and follow me on Instagram at Groove Mama. Bye!